Well, Coach, as far as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Denver Broncos. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go now. 18 Gator, 34.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Fournette, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
On the ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lock. He's going to air one out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here's Minshew. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Looking to throw it, Minshew. Dancing to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Draymond Jones. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun is Minshew. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Set, ready? 91.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Open is Swaim, the tight end. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Draymond Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Ready to break.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. That's out to his running back, Fournette. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Ready.
On 1st down, Lock. He's got a man. It's his fullback. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, Sam off. Dude.
This is Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw it is Locke. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9. They do go for it. It's Locke. He's got his tight end fan. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
The outlaw.
Locke looks to throw it again. Give him 6 there, but now it's third. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Here's Locke. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on fourth down? Locke going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Hey, wahoo!
45, Mike, 45. All day, baby, all day. 36.
Two draw Corker. Hey, seam 6.
From the 31, Minshew under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Ready? 50, plant.
You can't block me.
General West. Hey, Alpha.
Minshew throwing on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now here is another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. He tried to get something going there with a little toss behind the line of scrimmage. Unsuccessful.
How about the athleticism of the coverage, though? Being able to dance with him coming out of the backfield. That's not easily done. But not only did he dance, took it, wheeled, and went the other way. Ended up with 6 points for his team.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the hat.
And my goodness, another interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
15 line. Pilot, 64, weak. Go! Hey, Delta! Deep grip!
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kareem Martin able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Minshew sets to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Fournette running right. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
Let's go, baby.
Come on,
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
61, mark that.
Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Greystone, travel. 10, under 10, 10. Hit it.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chris Conley, 35 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Locke. And he's got Rodgers. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Locke now, just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Locke now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Locke again here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taken in at the 11. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Minshew. He's going to fire one deep left side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, it's Fournette. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Man, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Another run by Lindsey. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Here's Locke to throw. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Hey. Look at me. Zipper. Yo, go.
They're not ready for this, man.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeout in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Yes.
Who's that?
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
10-2, sir. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
On the ready.
First down. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them 1 step closer.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.